Hey guys, welcome back. Mrs. Marple here. We're getting ready to do a paper sculpture today. So this is for my virtual students and some of my in-person students who watch their lessons through the videos. So today what you're going to need is some paper. It can be notebook paper, it can be construction paper in multiple colors. It's really up to you what you have in your home or in your supply bucket that I deliver to your classroom. So I know that some of my classroom people, you guys are going to be getting a black square to work on, and then you guys are going to get some pre-cut colorful strips of paper. If you're not getting the colorful strips of paper and you're at home, what you need to do is you need to grab a pair of scissors with parents' permission and cut some nice long strips of paper to get ready for this activity. And that's pretty much it. You're going to need scissors, paper, something to draw with, and some glue. And then we're going to be making these really cool three-dimensional paper sculptures that have lots of different things going on. It kind of looks like a Dr. Seuss village, doesn't it? All right, well, I'm excited. Get your stuff and we'll get started. Okay, guys, welcome back. So today what we're going to be doing is we are going to be working with paper that's cut, but we're also going to be drawing on some of the paper. So you're going to need something to draw with. It can be a pen, a marker, a crayon. If you are in my classroom group, you guys are getting these construction crayons to work with. But like I said, at home, friends, use whatever you have. If you just have a pencil, then that is what you use. I do need this to be a physical piece of art and not a digital form of art today. Thank you. So what we're going to do first is we're going to review line. Now, there's lots of different kinds of lines, and we talk about this a lot in kindergarten. So, I mean, even in 5th grade, we talk about different kinds of lines. They just get a little bit more complicated. So the most simple, basic line, is the straight line, right? But then there's so many other fun kinds of lines. And you can think of different names for your lines if they're kind of unusual. So this one has a name, right? Zigzags. Reminds you of mountaintops or monster teeth. Lightning bolts that just never end. Wavy lines. There's also lines that are not all one piece, like a segmented line. This is kind of like the median in the middle of the road, right? Or like a line for cutting. Then you also have a dotted line. You can do a loopy-loop line. There's so many different kinds of lines, so you guys can decide how many different kinds of lines you're going to want to use for this project. But I'm going to show you these and take a picture of these for the lesson on Seesaw so that you guys can use this as an example page if you need them to refer back to. So there's some lines. Now, what we're going to do, you should have some cut paper strips, or if you haven't yet, you're going to be using a pair of scissors and you're going to cut the longest direction on the paper and making sure that you're using the scissors that go away from you. You never cut towards your belly. So you should have a variety of paper strips, whether they are the same color or not. You should have a few different ones, either sizes or lengths in front of you. You can see that these are shorter. The purple one is shorter than this one, and that's just fine. Some of them are thinner than others, and that's just fine. Whatever you have is perfect. Now, what I want you to do with these paper strips, I want you to take five paper strips, whatever color, doesn't matter. And I want you to draw a different line on each of these. So, like I said, you could do any of the ones that I showed you earlier, or you can come up with new ones. You can make lines out of shapes. So I'm going to do my initials as a line. Why not? It just continues on, making a pattern. And you can do a patterned line like this, or you can just keep it the same shape. That's up to you. Let's see. Wiggly line. And you can use different colors too. So I'm giving you a whole bucket of crayon if you're my classroom kids. So feel free to explore all of the different colors. So a different line on each. So you should have at least 5 different kinds. Now if you want to do more strips of paper with more lines, you may want to wait until you see what we do with these first. Okay, one more. I've already done that one. There we go, loop-de-loop. These construction paper crowns work really, really nice on colored construction paper. Boop. All right, so now that we have all of these different kinds of lines on our pieces of paper, we are now going to create some forms with them. And the form that we're going to make is an arch, okay? So kind of like the St. Louis Arch or the Golden Arches of McDonald's. And the way that we're going to do this is we're gonna take our paper and we're gonna fold some feet. So we're just gonna fold the bottom of each side. So there's one, and then I'm gonna come over here, I'm gonna fold this side. They're facing the same direction. So this is the way that my feet look, okay? And then the next thing I'm gonna do, if you're in a classroom setting, I want you to make sure you put your name on your paper. You can put it on the front. Okay. And then you're gonna take your glue. Now you can use glue stick if you have that, but you will need something sticky for this. And you're gonna just practice using appropriate amounts of glue. So you only need a tiny bit of glue for this little tiny piece of paper. And you could even smush this together to save glue. Rub them together. So now I have glue on both sides. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to stick my arch anywhere on my paper. It can be stretched out thin, it can be really tall and close together, but you're gonna stick it on and hold it for just a few seconds. These feet are facing each other. Show you guys that. Okay, so there is my first arch. And what I want you to do is I want you to stick all 5 of these arches. They're all gonna start the same way by folding feet. Okay, like that. And then you're gonna put some glue on it. Let's stick those together. Now if you just wanna put a dot of glue on each foot, that's fine too. And you can think about putting this someplace else on your paper, or you can overlap it. So I'm gonna overlap so that they cross over each other. Okay? So I'm gonna continue to do that with my arches. I need to have at least 5, okay? And then, say that I'm done with that. I'm just gonna slide these over. You're gonna create some other types of paper to put onto the sculpture. We're not just going to create the arches. We're also gonna be doing some different paper folding. We're gonna do something called an accordion fold. And then we're gonna do a spiral. So for an accordion fold, you're making a pattern. You're gonna be folding forwards, pinch, 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 and back. Pinch, pinch, pinch. Forward, pinch, 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 and back. Pinch, 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 right? So you can tell this to yourself as you are folding your paper. Forward, pinch, pinch, back, pinch, pinch. And you're gonna continue this all the way to the bottom of the paper. And some of you have done this before to make fans and things like that. But when you take your piece of paper that's really small now, and you let it open, it should be pretty springy, okay? So this is just a new creative way to add some visual interest to our picture. So now I'm gonna take these accordion pieces, and I'm gonna glue the feet of those. One, I'm just gonna smush that together so I have glue on each side, and I'm gonna stick it on my paper, okay? Now you have 5 of the arches you're gonna do. I want you to do 3, 1, 2, 3, of the accordion folds, okay? We're gonna use odd numbers. So 5 arches, 3 accordion, and then I also want you to do 3 spirals. So let's do a spiral real quick. Use a red piece. Okay, so for a spiral, you are gonna want something to wrap it around. So a pencil, a pen, a marker, maybe a skinny marker if you have one. The thinner your object to wrap around, the tighter your spiral is going to be. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the end of it and you're gonna start rolling it up on your drawing supply. So I'm just gonna keep it nice and tight, and I'm gonna roll it onto my pen or my pencil. And I'm just gonna keep turning, turning, turning. All right. When I get to the end, I'm not gonna have 2 feet like my arches and my accordions did. Take my pen out, and now I've got this really cool, fun, curly piece of paper that also has a kinetic aspect to it. Kinetic means movement, and so your little curly Q will kind of bounce, which is kind of fun. So you can glue this anywhere you want. You can even glue it on top of some of your existing arches or on top of your zigzags. So for this project, I want you to have at least 5 arches, 3 zigzags, and 3 of your spirals. And you get to glue these on anywhere on your paper. When you're done, I want you to take a photograph of your finished paper sculpture. I can't wait to see them. I hope you guys have fun. We only have, I think, a few more art lessons, virtual students. I think we only have a few more. So Just make sure that you are trying your very hardest on all of these lessons, because I know some of you guys take a big break during the summer for all of your art, and I'll see you guys back next time.